Voters are heading to the polls in 6 states today,
including California, where we're joined by talk show host John McGinness from KFBK in Sacramento. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Amanda.
How are the voters feeling in California today?
You know, it seems as though there's a high degree of enthusiasm. I cast my ballot. I was waiting for the polling place to open at 7 o'clock our time, and there was already a line forming behind me very shortly thereafter. So I think there is enthusiasm. And, of course, the big question here is, will Bernie Sanders best Hillary Clinton? You'd think it maybe doesn't matter because she's already secured the necessary delegate support to get the nomination. However, there's a clear message, I think, to be sent by Democrat voters in the state of California.
You've got a lot of people who, like this texter who just texted us about an hour ago here at KSL, are these elections ever going to end? I'm sure you have a little bit of that sentiment as well in California today, too.
Well, we do, Brian, and of course these decisions have largely been made before we get a chance to cast our ballots, which is something we've agonized about for decades. It looked as though, and I guess to some degree, full disclosure, I'm a Republican, voted Republican, but for the Democrats, it looked as though there may still be some question as to who their nominee would be coming into it, but now Ms. Clinton has secured their votes, and the meaning really truly in terms of the presidential contest is not significant at this point in terms of substance.
And yet a statement will be made today.
It will indeed be made, I think, on the Democrat side of the ticket. And, of course, again, under the guise of full disclosure, I did not vote for Donald Trump, the presumptive nominee on the GOP side, because I wanted to make a statement, too. I'm not thrilled with some of the statements he's made and the manner in which he's executed his role as a candidate. It won't make any difference, clearly, but it's an opportunity to voice, I guess, an element of protest nonetheless. So I think that will be much more profound on the Democrat side of the aisle.
And speaking of the Democratic side of the aisle, John, with basically the AP coming out claiming Hillary Clinton is now the presumptive Democratic nominee, How do you think that's going to impact voters today?
Well, logically, my first thought on that is it will kind of inure to her benefit. She's more likely to lock it up. But then again, as I say, I've voted for somebody on the GOP side who's in no way, shape, manner, or form going to get the nomination because I wanted to make a protest vote. So maybe it kind of gives some people liberty to exercise that statement without the fear of any consequences.
How many delegates from California?
I'm sorry, I can't even tell you.
I should know that as well.
Hundreds or something,
it's a huge number.
Yeah.
So obviously a lot of power coming out of the state of California today. And either way, it will be an interesting morning tomorrow morning. More than 400, Becky tells us.
That's one of our producers.
So it's a huge day.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Well, John, we appreciate your time, and what a wonderful station KFBK is in Sacramento. Hope we get a chance to talk to you again.
Absolutely. I'd love to, and all the best to the good folks in Utah.
Thank you. John McGinness from KFBK in Sacramento.